Alrighty, onto the full 2009 format here, I suppose. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl through Rising Rivals with no ban list in play this time. So that means we get to play whatever silliness we want to do. Last time I played Regigigas, and it was pretty cool, not gonna lie. It was definitely a lot stronger than I thought it was gonna be. Even if we only got one game, because oh my god, that game lasted forever. This time, we're going to be playing Flygon, because I figured at least of the people I know roughly what's going to be played. We had Beedrill from Pepper, we've got Gengar, I'm imagining, from Psy, and really the biggest deck that isn't represented within those is Flygon. Now, Flygon took second at Worlds, losing to Beedrill, so that immediately doesn't show like a particularly solid matchup, but it was like it was a very greedy Flygon Machamp list, and Flygon Champ is really cool. You do have the ability to like stun a lot of the SP stuff as well, but I wanted to take a different approach. Because, yeah, the Beedrill matchup is basically unwinnable when you play Machamp. You've just got a ton of clunk in the deck that really doesn't do anything, because Machamp is just inherently not very good against Beedrill. It doesn't do the one shot against it, obviously, because it's not in the basic Pokemon, and they can easily stretch to the 130 with a Crobat ping and just mess you up. So instead, we're taking a look at something that got banned the set that it came out in Gliscor. So Gliscor, for those who don't remember, Burning Poison is the main attack of choice here. For no energy, we either burn or poison the opponent, and then we can bounce Gliscor and all cards attached to it back to the hand. That's the important bit, because we use this to recycle Gliscor level X. When you level up into this thing, you get to poison and paralyze the opponent's active Pokemon, so it's very difficult for them to actually switch out. At any point, they need to use switching cards, which are in very finite supply. Night Slash is fine, but we're probably never going to use it, because the idea is when we bounce the Gliscor, we bounce the level X back to hand as well. So we can go ahead and use this Shoot Poison turn after turn, and just keep the opponent locked in Purgatory. They will eventually get KO'd by Poison and the likes if they do not play like Nidoqueen down or something, but that is totally fine, because we do want to potentially take prizes here, but if we don't, we have Flygon in the mix as well. Flygon level X is Wind Erosion. This is what we usually will want to promote after bouncing Gliscor back to hand. We get to discard the top card of the opponent's deck in between turns before they get to draw for their own turn. So if this can stay in the active, we can slowly run the opponent out of resources, and yeah, it's actually rather scary. Usually Flygon lock decks will focus entirely on the Flygon and will use the Memory Berry down the bottom here to copy Trapinch, because Trapinch actually has Sand Tomb for a fighting energy where the opponent can't retreat, and they take 10 damage as well. I'm going with the Gliscor here because this list is a little bit more focused on locking on like two sides. You don't have to strictly use Flygon for it at that point, and you can just have the opponent paralysis locked with Gliscor, and that is totally fine. It also takes some pressure off of the Flygon itself. You don't have to draw the Memory Berry. You can get into the level X and stuff and it'll be totally fine. And yeah, it's just overall a pressuring, a very high pressure deck despite what you would think. The regular Flygon as well also does a lot of good stuff here. Rainbow Float, if you have basic energy attached to the Flygon, your Pokemon of that type also have no retreat cost, so that works out very well. We have 3 fighting and 1 water energy in here, so we can zero retreat our guys. We have a Palkia level X as the water that we zero retreat with this thing. Restructure lets both players gust the opponent. They choose what Pokemon comes in first, but if all of your dudes have got no retreat and the Flygons themselves have got no retreat, so doesn't matter that you can't put a basic colorless energy on, all of your guys have got no retreat, you can just basically go wherever you want, and it is really, really good. So yeah, Restructure is an amazing power in this deck. There is one small change that I need to make to this deck though. I think I've loaded the wrong one, because I did try and put a second Premier Ball in instead of the Broken Time Space. You really do want Broken Time Space in play, but I don't think the SP decks play that many Stadium cards in general, and if you're playing against other Evolution decks, they are likely to put BTS down as well, although maybe not so much against Flygon, because Flygon Sandwall will discard the Stadium card in play and give itself agility if you do so. The only time it gives agility though is when the opponent's Stadium gets discarded, so they might not play into it, but yeah. It's still there. I think it's better. It's either that or the Warp Point. I think I'd rather have triple Warp Point in here, but I don't know. Maybe 2 Premier Ball is even too much in here as well. Premier Ball is good because we do have 3 level X's though, and if one of them does hit the discard for some reason, there's only 1 Night Maintenance, there's only really space for that in here, so we don't have a lot of ways of getting it back. So Premier Ball being able to get from the discard as well is actually super important here. If this Flygon does go down, we do want to get it back, so yeah. Otherwise, nothing really too far out of the ordinary here. There is one unknown so that you can protect your Pokepowered guy. There is the Uxie and the Azelf. Azelf is extremely important in the deck that has 3 copies of level X's that it wants to get, like separate ones, so you definitely need that. And yeah, that's mostly it. A lot of the trainer stuff is fairly self-explanatory, with the exception of Vulcan's Philosophy. This is the one different card that I have in here. Raw Draw is just very strong in general for a deck like this, because Broken Time Space can empty your hand out of evolutions really quickly, and you get to discard excess cards that you really don't need. Like if you know you don't need the Azelf, you could discard that, and all sorts of stuff like that. As far as the rest of it is, there's call energies, of course, there's some fighting stuff down here as well for we can retreat. We can also use Pester if the opponent stays in on when they're poisoned, so we could do 80 damage for 2 energy, which is quite nice. Yeah, not much else to really speak on there. The other deck I have is also relatively solid. It's like really good against the Gengar and the Beedrill stuff, but it sucks against Flygon, because Flygon can just lock you in and you can't really do much back to it. But this is Gallade level X with Ampharos. Ampharos, if any Pokemon has a damage counter on it, they can't use Pokepowers, so we don't actually get to play Claydol in here because the opponent could just Crobat ping the guy, and then you wouldn't, your Claydol, and you wouldn't be able to do anything, which sucks. But that's fine, because we're an SP deck, we're relatively consistent inherently, and the Gallade, it's a big spread deck, this one, so of course I'm going to like it as a result. Gallade level X, when you level up into it, you get to put a damage counter on all of the opponent's Pokemon, which immediately triggers damage binds, so none of their setup mons or their Claydols and stuff like that can use their powers, so that's really good. We have Raichu, that's twofold, like really good attack stuff here. The Thunder Throw lets you do 10 to 2 of the opponent's bench, so you can shut the powers off with that. And Repeat Lightning, if you can fill their bench with damaged mons, does 30 plus 10 for each of their bench that has damage on it. So potentially 80 for 1 and an energy gain is really strong. We can Crobat ping wherever we want to land that damage counter. The Gallade itself for a Psychic Colas does 20 and then 10 to each of the opponent's bench that have got damage on them, so that compounds with the Blade Storm from Gallade level X. And then Aimed Cut also does 40 plus 10 for each damage counter on the defending Pokemon, so we really just want to spread a ton of counters around and then use them to take big KOs whenever we can. These are all 1 or 2 energy attacks, so they're all relatively cheap to use. The Ampharos as well, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can attack quite nicely with this one. Reflect energy is pretty good. Do 70, preserving energy on the board is always good. And yeah, it's just otherwise big consistency. Lots of Cyrus, lots of Roseanne, Looker, and Bebe's in here for searching out your big Pokemon. Cynthia's Feelings is nice. SP Radar is a new thing for SP decks in this sort of format, which can actually get level X's as well. So this effectively is like Bebe's 3 and 4, but it's an item card that you can search for off of Cyrus. So that's very powerful in its own right. We don't need Power Spray in this deck because we do have the Ampharos to do that instead. It would be nice to be able to go ahead and like Power Spray a Uxie or something, but honestly, it is fine. But yeah, this is the secondary deck that we might bring out here. It is mostly about, yeah, the Flygon bat stuff. So Let's see how it goes. I have no idea what man is actually bringing. He was building his deck like right now, so who really knows how this is going to go? It could just be a mirror, and that would be very silly. But yeah, let's bring ourselves back in, and we will see what's going on.
Okay.
Alrighty then. That's introductions out of the way. So let's just take the hidden zone away for later on, and yeah, I'll move over.
Put this one at the bottom.
Alright, so rightfully, I have absolutely no idea what you're going to be bringing to the table on this one, so I have no idea how this is going to go. I have two different decks that I've built for today, but I kind of just wanted to try this one out again, see how it goes, so yeah. Who really knows? Just have to wait and see. It kind of gives a lot of it away to start with, though, because, yeah, unfortunate mulligan on that one.
Do I have to, like, pick my bench before I look at your mulligan?
Before you
Or
draw,
my
yeah.
active?
If you have something to play, yeah, you've got to do the, put it down, do the prizes, then take the mulligan card.
Okay, yeah, let's do that real quick then. What is the best thing?
It's always weird mulliganing in this format because most decks have just got so many basic Pokemon at this point, you know?
Okay.
So yeah, put your prizes down before you draw the card.
Okay.
You drew and then put your prizes down.
Did you want me to?
You have to
Shuffle
because
back
you
to
need
7?
you have to. You need to put your prizes down before you draw the mulligan. That's what we just said.
Okay,
That is basic game mechanics. Sorry.
that's fine. It's all a random card to me, so whatever.
I mean, that's fair, but it's... Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the rules of the game, so, you know. Alrighty. Let's do that. Can you also still draw 2? No, there's hanging out. Right, you heads or tails on this?
Take heads.
Alright, tails it is, so I guess we are going first here. Alright, we will draw. We will put down the old Trapinch, and I guess we're just going for the light poison here, because I haven't really got anything else to do on turn 1. So, nope, no poison indeed. Okay. Wouldn't have been damage anyway, because you resist fighting, but the poison damage would have made it to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That's fine. Like DNA's just like just making sure it was like you thought he saw 2 draws, but no, there was only 1.
Yeah. Alright. What to do, I guess. That's pretty good. Osiris.
Cool. Yep.
Get some stuff. There I know what it does. 3.
Yep, seems good.
There's this one in here. That's huge. That is relevant. Let's see, 2, 3. okay sense of what's going on in there. Let's do. Oh. Dark. Oh, wow. So it's playing that anyway.
Yep.
That. Flashlight, trap inch.
Sure, and take it out with the Haunch Cryo.
Not just yet. I'm gonna play a Gallade as well. And then
Okay.
get her
Yeah,
back.
DPL. Fair enough. Yeah. Alright. We will draw. Okay. Azelf.
What's EPL?
Dialga Palkia. Oh no, it's Palkia, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Gallade Dialga lock thing, probably. Right. Is Azelf okay?
Oh, you're asking because Power Spray?
Yeah. Because I see you've got 3
Alright,
SPs in play, so yeah.
Let's-
It's fine.
Power Sprays.
Right. Broken Time Space. We've got Gliscor. Since you KO'd something last turn, Cynthia for 8.
Nice.
Right. You would hope it would do slightly more than that, but that's fine. Gligar. Thinking if it's worth. Saying is that gonna be worthwhile? I mean, it would be, but I don't know. Let's do. Yeah, there's not really any way you're gonna do 80 to this, surely. I'll just Burning Poison. I'll just do the poison and I'll stay in. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky getting out of the top, isn't it? But
I don't like that. That's a pretty bad card. Just keep fighting. So just a couple of level X, poison paralysis, and we have to just stop the get something or that shot X or something. See, now let me, is, SP Radar isn't a invention, is it?
it is an invention, yes. That's half the idea. Yeah, that is like the majority of the idea of the card. Is that, yeah, it is searchable.
That is good. Alright, we'll go, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the SPs were good last set, but they're just insane now because of the like radar being available to them.
And yeah, there's that too. That and a order. Oh, that. There's the
Okay.
to the hand. What? I think we go for... This is going to be a really awful match, I think. Gliscor is just so hard to play against. Or I guess to do anything against it. It's easy to do nothing.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
I think we end up just target attacking Gliscor.
Sure. Seems alright. Okay. We will draw. Well, that helps. Alright, let's go, babies. Put back you. First actual deck search here, because I just did Sympia for 8 on the first turn, so
Nice.
okay, there's one annoying thing prized, but that's fine. Could be worse. Okay. Right, yeah, it could be worse. So we know you've got the turn. I mean, you could also just power spray it, but, you know, get rid of them quickly, I guess, is a thing. No, let's grab the Claydol. I think we could do more with that here. Because we have Baltoy, BTS for Claydol. What point?
Interesting. I have no idea what that's about. Guess we go. Well, guess if you come in and get what's his face? Gliscor X.
Well, I can't level X this one because it's already just been evolved, so...
Right.
Broken Time Space does not let you level up in the same turn as well. That would be stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's so weird. I'm terrified of what you've got because that seems like a weird play. I guess just like emptying the hand maybe is value enough for you.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I mean, what could you do to them? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Who knows?
So you can't shoot poison. That's great.
As far as you know, I can't shoot poison.
Right. I think that's true. Because you can't. I don't think you get it off of level max or something.
No, you wouldn't get it off of a level max.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you just retreated back in it.
There you go. You worked it out.
Yeah.
It's possible that I could do it. Doesn't mean I
Right.
will, but it's possible that I could.
Yeah. What do I want to attack? That's okay. You hit for 80, but that's only if you don't bounce.
Nah, I don't have the energy to do that. No energy gaming in this one, unfortunately.
I think we're happy enough to just
Yeah.
go right there.
Seems legit. Right. We will attempt the clay doll. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay. Then let's do. Yeah, it's the longest wall point think in the universe. I understand that, but you know. Right. So we do that. We get 5. That's cute, but doesn't really do that much. I don't think this thing is going to be particularly useful against you, so we will just put Unknown G down and attempt that as well. Which I'm assuming is going to be fine, because there's not really that much of a reason to not. It's just like, yeah, I don't really see it being that good anyway. And yeah, we'll go for the poison and bounce this guy back. There's a lot of lag going on at the moment. Yeah, we're gonna bounce this guy back.
Did you say poison?
Yeah, poison. It's more reliable here, I think. And then yeah, the most you're capable of doing is like, well, I guess if you ping with bad as well. I know you've got a turn, but I guess is that really that relevant? I'll bounce into the Out Elf. I think that's fine.
My draws have been whacked.
I mean, you opened with Cyrus, so your draws don't matter. Cyrus is the great fixer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you draw for a long time in this deck. In this this style of deck, in my experience. Yeah, as DNA saying, imagine complaining about your draws when you go second and open Cyrus. Yep. It's true though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not stuck, so like it's
yeah.
fine. It's just I have a weird, very weird hand. Cyrus again.
Yep.
It's a very long, drawn-out conspiracy. Maybe Rita. I want a.
I suppose just be grateful that it's this build and not the Machamp build of Flygon that I would have played otherwise, you know? Game would have been over by now.
That would have been more merciful though.
Oh, maybe. I won't deny that.
Gonna make you use my like brain and stuff.
No, you've only been away for a week. Don't think you get away that easy. Yep.
Stupid. Solve long-term issues.
Oops.
Don't know what does solve issues. Okay, it are
So you gotta put one, just like Bait Base, put one back in, and then any SP Pokemon you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would
just-
be shocked if you had a way to let's do pub pass.
Oh, if I could attack with
So-
this thing right now, it'd be very funny, I will say. Because
would
that's
be-
not a bad attack.
No. I think I'll level up in
Yep.
the Plate Storm.
Yep, so we put the 10 down. You may be starting to see why that warp point came in last turn now.
Yeah. Well, I guess we have to attach.
Uh-huh.
And spread. How bad do I want to focus? Yeah, I'm happy enough to just chop up, I think.
Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. So yeah, up to 5 on there. These two have got 2. We will draw. Oh, well, that changes things a little bit. Alright. Alright, Gligar, BTS score. Let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go Roseanne here. Grab ourselves out energy and Trapinch. So that can go down. That can get attached. We will go for Claydol. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There. Draw free. Rare Candy Flygon. We unfortunately can't have had the energy put on this to retreat the Azelf because it doesn't work like that. So we will pay retreat, level up. Is shoot poison okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's.
Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, we're gonna Burning Poison. I will do the burn as well this time. I think I'm okay doing the extra bit of damage here. Bounce all of this back. Thinking on. Yeah, I think we bring this guy in. Oh yeah, you got to flip for burn. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, you did. Okay, fair enough.
Cyrus.
Yep.
Ah. That. That. Yeah, we'll just take 2.
Okay, yep.
I am paralyzed.
You are, yeah. I know you have a turn, but...
Yeah. Not great. Happy enough. That they also kind of need damage on fly.
True.
I don't really have anything that just can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, keep trap stuff.
Yeah, it is all
Things.
Cyrus gone at this point. So you took Roseanne as the supporter, was it?
I did, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yep.
Turn.
Seems good.
It's got retreat, so sure.
Yep.
Touch. Not much. Go. Assault.
Sure. Right, so the way we've been doing this, because you are allowed to just like know where the cards of prize, it's not like Heavy Ball nowadays where you have to show me what the card is, by the way. It's a Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon specifically, yeah. So because with the way that we've been doing this, because you were allowed to take notes at the times and you were allowed to know where the prizes were, we've effectively just been going from here on out. You're able to just like go back in and take whichever prize you're like whatever you want to see at the time, because otherwise we just have to like write all the stuff down and it's a pain in the ass and nobody wants to do that. So
Exactly.
so functionally, because it's the same thing. You would write this down in the tournament because you are allowed to have the notes and stuff. So you would already know what all of these are as you play. So rather than wasting time with that, or what I would have done is grab paint and done a screenshot of my stuff. That's dumb. So we just go ahead and say, yeah, you could effectively look at them again when you take prizes from now on. Just makes it easier.
I think I'm gonna just retreat into Gallade when it gives go game and chop.
Yep, so this takes 20, and then the guys with damage on them take a little bit more damage. And we go from there. That is, if it's gonna let me draw. Oh, yeah, that actually was a double draw because it's lagging like hell. I'm gonna be shuffling the deck in a sec anyway, I think, but it's better that I do it now because it's, yeah, because I might be using Claydol or something to draw first, so it's better that I just be cool with it. Alright, Gligar, BTS, Gliscor. Because, yeah, I think it's probably better. Alright, let's do a retreat out. Because I think this has always got to come in anyway. We'll go for the Claydol, is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go... 1, 2... that back in. Draw the 3. That's actually very funny, but oh well. Yeah, slight misordering on my side, that's okay. We will... Yeah, we'll do it. We'll go for the Gliscor. Is shoot poison okay?
Yep. I assume you want poison.
Yeah. Well, yeah, poison paralysis. Yeah. Shoot poison after all. Right. Here's the kicker one. I mean, we got a big deal. Here's the kicker one. Lucas investigation. Let's get that Gallade out of your hand there. Yeah, you were holding out on me here. Alright, yeah, you're shuffling that back in. Shuffle draw 5. Right, okay. That might stunt things a little bit, which is potentially helpful. And yeah, we're gonna do the burn with burning poison. Pull this slot back into hand here. I'm just thinking where I want to go. I mean, I guess we just go back to the Flygon. There's not much of a reason not to. Okay.
No, you just need that Ninetales.
Oh, Ninetales would be pretty good here, yeah, dude. Although it isn't ×2 at the moment, it's plus 30, so Fire Blast doesn't quite get the KO yet, but...
Yeah.
No, I meant for the status condition one.
Oh! Wait, there's... Oh, yeah, the Hex
Later on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna card.
You cannot because you have energy gain on.
Oh, you're right. That is a tool. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a tool, alright.
Alright, well, I guess the alternative the other tap papers. Realistically, it blocks, like, a burn from burning poison, I guess.
There are things that it blocks later on, yeah. It's not a useless thing to have, it's just, yeah, you can't have that and energy gain on at the same time.
Yeah.
Be a little busted.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Let's put on the that. Ever regret that?
Well, I don't know. It's like if you poker turn it back later, you get the unknown back anyway. So like I can see why that would be the pick.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, for sure, DNA. That unknown G does even more stuff when there's luring flame and things to happen, you know.
What the hell? Not there just yet, so I think you just level up Gliscor.
You got it anyway. Yep, that's fine. I had to stun it at the very least, so
Yeah.
and
That's
Azelf
very
gets
lucky.
KO'd, so prize gets taken here because Azelf is down.
Yeah. Let's see what I should help. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like I kind of had to at least try. I mean, hey, I got rid of 2 power sprays off of that as well, so you know.
Yeah.
But I can't
fuck that.
I can't exactly stop your luck, so 5 is a
Yeah.
lot to draw into still, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, I got rid of it after all 4 Cyruses have been used, so I might be a little bit safer in the long run.
Yeah. I think so. I think we'll go SP energy to Gallade
Yep.
on the bench. And
Seems good.
then let's also set up here.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll just chop up.
Yep, so 2, 5. And then, yep, slowly but surely. Yeah, you got it. Okay. We will draw. That's funny, but I don't think it actually does anything right now. Alright. Do the usual bit here. I guess we evolve this one because it's got damage on it. It wouldn't want to get target attacked or something dumb here. Flygon level X. Misordering from last turn. I should have had this down last turn, to be honest. But I retreated before I drew my cards, so I actually drew into it, and I was like, well, shit, now I can't put it in play because I did things in the wrong order. So, my bad. Just thinking where the next step goes here. Let's go. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Yeah, let's retreat out. I'll go for the shoot poison. Yeah, okay. Is that okay? Yep. Sets paralysis as well. Let's go for the Claydol here. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we will bounce that. Draw 4. Well, that kind of does exactly everything that I was going to do otherwise, so sure. Trapinch, Candy, Flygon. I was only looking to get like one of those parts, and I drew all of them, so okay. Let's put the Call Energy down on this Flygon. I have a feeling damage is racking up too much on this one to thingy it for now. And yeah, we're gonna go for the burn again, I guess, and just throw this back into hand. And I will actually go ahead and switch to this one, so in between turns before you draw, you mill the top card of your deck. And now you draw.
Well. Let's see. Be a little easier turns from here on, I guess. Let's do. Huh. Let's go for 2, 2. Shall we?
Yep. Yeah, we'll just pass it there. Okay, mill the top card.
Wow, these burns are not my friend.
No. Okay, that's fair. We will draw. Right, might as well get the Gliscor down. Alright, so you get KO'd by the poison at the very least, so I guess that's kind of nice. Let's go, babies. Take, yeah, that back in. We will get the third Gliscor. Because, you know, we still have the Gligar from before, so we'll just get that down. We'll go for Claydol, is that alright?
Yes.
Okay, just a 1. Draw the 5. Okay. So, where's the thing? I guess you'll have knockout next turn if you want it, but that's not really that big of a deal at this point. I'm pretty well established. Yeah, we'll just pass with this active. So that goes down, we take a prize, that gets milled, and do as you please.
Got reach on that guy. So I think that needs to be perfect. Okay. Click on, I guess. Go for Black Sword,
This is pretty good. Yep.
and what else? I think it's repeat.
Yep.
And target attack 1, 2. I think it's fine.
So you want to target attack Claydol, or where are we going? Yeah, okay.
Claydol.
Yep. It goes down.
Um, yeah.
Top card gets
Oh.
milled. Oh, that's respectable. Alright, we will draw. Not quite the one I want to get rid of, but still pretty good. Right, okay. So now we got to do a little bit of thinking about how this is going to clean up. I think we can hold out a little bit with it here. Yeah, let's go Roseanne. And we are just gonna grab these two. This stays in hand. Energy down onto the Flygon here, so now my fighting types have got no retreat whenever I want, which is good. Yeah, I guess we just... There's not much of a reason to do otherwise. Yeah, we'll just go in, we'll go and attempt to shoot poison. Yep. And... yeah, we... Is that
wait a
okay?
sec on
Yeah.
that. Shoot.
Yeah, it's the ability, so...
Yeah.
Are we gonna spray that, or is that fine?
That is a great question. Spray it, yeah.
Sure, that's fine. Then yeah, I will just do the poison thing with burning poison. We'll bounce this back into the hand. Go back into the Flygon, so you mill a card in between turns. And go for it. I will say it's slightly disappointing you've not been able to see like the best part of this one yet because of bad pricing, but it's okay. We'll get there.
Yeah. I think here, just go target attack Flygon.
Sure, so we'll put that up to 90. Mill card.
Oh, it's a special dark.
No, it's a basic dark.
Okay.
You specifically got that from the initial Cyrus as well.
Sorry, I'm
Is it not showing?
lagging
Is it
here.
not letting you do it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like I can manipulate cards, just not energy or something.
Yeah, for some reason the buttons haven't necessarily always been working. Like sometimes they do, but like I've clicked the thing here and it isn't letting me pull that out either. So sometimes you just have to pull everything out of the wealth to see that. But it is, I know for a fact it was a basic dart because you got that at the very start of the game on turn 1. So I remember this is a Haunch Crow has been in play the entire time. So I'm aware of what it's been doing. Alright, let's do the whole Gliscor thing again here. So I do have quite a few options. That's the scary part about this, to be honest. Let's go call energy on this guy, get him charged up. It's like I've got a lot of options, but do I really need to do any of them right now is the thing. It's a strange concept, to be honest, of just like, I could just leave it with what we have here.
Yeah.
Let's go in and we will attempt the shoot poison, the ability.
Okay. That's fine.
Right, so paralysis on that then. Oh, this is weird because I don't know. I have like a thing that I want to do, but I don't know if it's really ideal here. No, I think this will be okay. I'm gonna night maintenance. And yeah, I think I want to get this out sooner rather than later. We're gonna get Azelf, we're gonna get the energy, and I'm going to get the Trap Hinge actually. So they will get shuffled back in. Trap Hinge and energy are definitely getting shuffled back in because I'm going to go for the Azelf. Is that what was this one? What did I do? Oh, that's the maintenance, isn't it? Yeah, that's the maintenance.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, why is it face down? What have I done? Yeah, so we played that, and then I'm going to use Bebe's to grab the Azelf, and I'm just going to think slightly on what we put back. Probably you, by the looks of it. So Azelf can go there. We will use the Azelf ability. Is that okay?
I'll allow it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, because you could potentially have had the choice on it. Right, so I need to shift. So it's that. And right. So it is that one that we want. And we will put away you, I think. Right, and then we go for the burn with Burning Poison. This goes back into hand. Yep, Flygon's coming back out, so mill the top card. Okay, go for it. Where are we at anyway? 18? It's pretty good, to be honest. This Flygon's done a lot of work.
Yeah. All my stuff fell below the board. That's...
Oh, that's weird. Now I can't see the energy on there. Oh, there it goes. There we go.
There, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of lag today.
Yeah. I think I unlocked... Well, I was gonna say I unlocked the board. My cat, when he walked across my keyboard, unlocked the board.
That explains it, yeah. Because I guess the board, if it's unlocked, it would be raised above the wells and stuff slightly, yeah.
I guess. Or maybe I picked it up. I probably picked it up after trying to fit together. I don't know. Okay. Well...
The annoying thing, despite all the mills I've done, I'm pretty sure I've not milled a single poke turn yet, which is unfortunate, we shall say.
Yeah.
That's okay.
hit, kill. Another one, waiting in place. Another.
This guy is going to swing for a lot at this point with what he has available. It's quite nice.
Slightly no. It's got stuff.
Yeah, I milled a
Every
radar, which
turn.
was quite good. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, I milled a radar, which was good. The rest of this has been kind of whatever, you know?
Yeah, actually got 2 radars and BB, so
Yeah, a lot of
lots of
search and a little bit of a supporter, but the rest of it's been like really miserable so far, to be honest. It's not been very helpful.
yeah.
Because, like, yeah, I know you've used all of the Cyrus and you've used most of the sprays, but, like, there's been no spray hit, there's been no... And I don't think I hit energy gain, there's been no turns hit. So, no energy, I think, either. So, yeah, it's been pretty rough. Yep.
Yes, that's fine. Do most of these things. So we'll just start attack.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, let's draw.
Arguably close to winning, but it does not feel like it.
It's an interesting one. I have a hard time saying whether you actually are or aren't at the moment. Alright, let's bench the Palkia. I think we will just go with the Gliscor. And hate to do it, but I guess I've got to. We're going to Premier Ball back the Flygon. I was kind of hoping to actually search with that rather than thinking otherwise, but whatever. Hand or discard, so we're going to get that back in play.
Not realize it's discard too.
Yeah, it's actually pretty solid. So the funny thing is, if I actually want to take a prize here, I can do it. Which is sort of amusing. Yeah, because Power Swing can do 90 right now because I have 3 evolutions on my bench. So let's go for Looker.
Have a looker.
There's some interesting stuff in there. You do have the Luxray, so yeah, I think I do need to shuffle that back in.
Right.
So yeah, shuffle draw 5 on your end, thank you.
Fair enough. Four.
Eventually, we'll get there.
Yeah, I don't know. If you want to continue with your turn, you're welcome to. I assume you're not going to be looking at my hand anymore.
No, I'm, red card does not exist in this format, so you're okay. Can you imagine? Oh my god. I'm just thinking which way round I need to do this from here. Because it's like... Honestly, taking that KO seems really tempting after what I've just done there. It can backfire, which is annoying, but at the same time... Yeah, no, I think because I've Azelfed as well, I can take the prize I need. I think I actually will go ahead and Power Swing for 90 and get the knockout here. Because I think it's probably best to actually get rid of that before it does anything too insidious. Take this one.
Quick turns.
What are you going into, and then mill the card off the top after?
Oh, sorry. I milled first.
Oh, you milled first, okay. So what was
Yeah.
it that got milled then? Was it the 10? Special Dark. Okay, that's actually kind of good as well, but I did mill a Honchkrow, I guess, too, so maybe not that good.
Want to pray for the officer.
Gotta make a move. That's coming in.
Yep. That's Polygon is going. He's got 90 per turn. That's quick. Palkia is ready to level up. Itself is picking up a target at some point. But Polygon is going to at some point.
TikTok. I'm sorry, but this is
No,
like
you're right. You're right.
3-4 minutes on this at this point.
Yeah. Let's go Crobat here.
Yeah, I mean, there was always an
reason-
obvious choice to make in the first place. That's what's irking me a little bit here. Yep.
Yeah. There are other options.
The only reason there would be another option is if you have a level X in hand that you wanted to get out immediately. That's the only reason there's an option that isn't Crobat here. So
that,
maybe.
or if I have to like kind of play the odds of am I gonna top deck as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if that's where you're at this point, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. That is where we're at. What did I just do? That's fine. And then that's take this guy and do man. Sure, we'll just take the what is it? Ooh. Unknown party.
Q and G. Okay. Yep.
So okay. G bench card Callade.
Okay.
Q bench quick. This awesome matter. So let's finalize for Zan. What else do we need to do this turn? Yeah, I don't mind gaining on Luxray.
Okay.
Do also, yeah, I should have focused on this. That's okay. Take that, so we will just Yuxi.
Yep. Draw 4.
Oh,
That's more than 4.
draw 41, I think.
Yep.
Luckily, it's freshly shuffled.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
There is quite a lot of lag for some reason going around today, so I
I
can.
think that was on you though. I just
Yeah, it probably was, but I'm trying to be nice, okay?
Yeah, I do appreciate the
Okay,
graciousness
do
of
keep
it.
in mind Luxury Ball can't get level X's, so
Yeah, it's very, very sad, but
yeah, I bet it is.
take a Crobat.
Sure.
And not very good stuff. Huh. That's so scary. Bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna just like shoot our shot here, I think. We'll go. It's Poke turn.
Ooh,
Gallade.
okay, yep. Oh, Gallade, okay.
See, I need the SP energies.
Oh, I see.
SP will level up
Alright.
right with Palkia.
Sure, okay.
Flashlight Palkia.
Yeah, you've got to in order to get the KO on it, so... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, it's a play. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's,
it certainly
you know,
is a play. I will give you that.
Yeah. Gets things going. Alright, and then we'll just finish it off with the Flash Impact.
And then 30 to one of your guys.
But we put it onto Throwback.
Yeah, it's usually the best bet. Alright, just gonna take. I know no stuff is going down. I'm just gonna take a look here first. See, okay, 3 turns, only 2 sprays because I put them back in the deck. That's fair. Yeah, I guess I thought no, because you did use one later on too. Okay, yeah, because it's been like an Azelf and 1 Gliscor, I think, is what you've used it on. Okay, fair dues. Right, yeah. So this guy goes down. We will bring the Flygon in, so a mill in between turns. Yeah, we did do that before, didn't we? Because it was the special dark that was milled last turn, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, we will draw. So now the interesting bit begins on it. Because, like, I could just take the KO. It's how likely are you to have the 4th turn? Your board has got like nothing on it right now, though. That's I know you've got the Gallade in hand, but Gallade doesn't even do anything on this board. That's the other funny thing with it. We are going to Memory Berry the Flygon for starters here. Yeah, your board honestly doesn't do anything. I'm going to Extreme Attack, do 150 to the Luxray.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
Okay.
I do need to look at these again real quick, because we did do the thing. Pretty sure they don't really matter that much, but...
You said it's erosion before promote?
No,
Or
promote
before
and then erosion, because the KO is happening. KO stuff is happening at the end of my turn, and erosion is between turns. So you need to promote first and then erode.
That makes sense to me. Let's go.
Yep, and then mill.
Ooh,
That's pretty good, and then draw.
Okay, now what can we do here? Basically,
Lock you
you
forever. That's what I can do.
At this point, I think I'm more worried about just take 3 prize cards in 3 turns for now.
I mean, that is possible.
Problem.
You're also down to 10 cards left in deck, so...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Alright, I have one supporter in hand, so I'll play it.
Okay.
Off that.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, looking at it, it's like every single guy that you can put down does get one shot. I am noticing that as well.
Yeah.
And with no damage anywhere on my board, that is an intriguing proposition.
You just killed. I think the only way I realistically win is getting through as.
Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe a full charge Gallade if I faint first and you stay in for some reason. Then
Coping
sure.
a little bit here, I will admit, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate the hustle.
Yeah. Well, that's stuff too. That's not. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. We got it. It's in the bag.
Yeah?
We'll take.
You think?
No, not at all. We will take that guy. Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh. Connecting.
No, 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 no. It's been.
Okay, there we go.
Alright, I'm just going to take. I think. Wait, it's my turn. No. No draw. No. No draw.
It's like 3 cards a cycle, isn't it? Every time you get your 1 draw for turn, you're 3 cards down instead of 1 if I stay in, right? So if you take 2 here, that does exactly net deck you out if I stay in 3 for... Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm just gonna take 3/2.
Yep.
Plan.
Yep.
Thank you. Attach to him.
Yep.
Oh, that's John. So attach. Kill. If I draw the exact set of cards that I want, then maybe we add a shot. Something like that.
Did I mill the level X earlier, or was that... Oh no, I saw it and then look at it, didn't I? Yeah, okay.
Okay. I don't think I have an attack I can perform. I guess I could treat energy absorption, but I would die.
Is this true?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say pass.
Mill your card.
Mill.
Alright.
Let's see what we got. We're still in it.
Pretty good. Alright. I really want to just say better have it here, but I think I can do one better. We are going to Warp Point.
Okay. So you two would just die. Something else gets locked in, I guess. Yeah, we'll go. Ugh. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not, is it?
Not great. Yeah, we'll go Yuxi.
And the game is now over. Unless you have exactly a switch card or the spray exactly right now. Show me the spray. In fact, you can't because you don't have enough SPs.
Oh, yeah, I only have 2.
So we're going to poison you, we're going to do the thing, and then we are going to, yeah, it's paralysis. We're going to go ahead and just have this not burn. We're going to put this back in hand with the burning poison to do the poison thing. Bring this back in, mills, and unless you have exactly a warp point in hand by the time this game is like 2 turns from now, it is over.
So you can't retreat. You can't
attack either. That's the kicker. Yeah, I just noticed you didn't have enough in play because you've got AMU stuff in instead. So I was like, yep.
Turn.
That gets this at least.
Guard.
Yep. Unfortunately, that doesn't save it, but yep.
You hit me with a burn as well?
I did not.
Or no? Oh.
I'm keeping you in until this game goes down, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Because that is the one way I would lose this, is if I do get you KO going into your turn.
Yup. Alright. Attach there. Say pass.
Yep. Mill card.
No.
Okay. We will draw. We might as well re-bench the stuff here because we can. 0 retreat. It's an ability, not an attack, so paralysis still happens. And yeah, that should basically wrap stuff up. We're going to Burning Poison. I can still bounce this to hand. It just doesn't do anything to you. Go back into the Flygon to mill the card. Oh yeah, the Houndoom tech for like what, Dialga I guess is probably the thing for it.
Yeah, that and like control. It's okay.
It's not remotely usable against Beedrill, but okay. It doesn't kill it unless you've got Lucario down, which, I mean, I guess you can,
Yeah.
but yeah, Beedrill's only plus
I forget
30,
if
so
I'm-
you need more combo pieces to get it out, and then it kills you in one hit again anyway, so I'm pretty sure it's awful against Beedrill.
Forget if I'm playing the Lucario. I think I might be. Actually.
I milled it earlier, so yeah, you are.
So that doesn't do anything. I guess we attach.
Yep.
And we say pass.
Yep, and we mill the card.
Alright.
And we go, and it loops, because we can. I mean, I could also just Sand Tomb here. I don't even have to actually do the paralysis thing, but I'm doing it anyway because I can. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So we do the thing, we get the... I can't Sand Tomb because you've got Unknown G in, that's why. But, you know. Yeah, we do that, we mill, you get down to a 0-card deck, and then if you don't have the thing directly in hand right now...
That's awesome. Well, it worked out except for the not being able to retreat part.
Yep.
I can use you and all the energy.
Yup. The sad thing is you wouldn't kill me anyway unless you had like another 2 bench spaces because this has got 140 HP, so it survives your Gigaben.
Yeah, the goal was to like Psychic Restore in there somewhere.
Yep.
If you see back in the deck.
Yep, I knew it as well. I was like, yeah, that's why we kept it the way we did. Whew, okay, yeah.
That was a lot closer than expected, to be honest, but
this is
well played.
Honestly, your deck has got like 4 times the outs that the standard deck has to this. Because you've got sprays that you can use on it, you've got Poké Turns you could use on it, everything is 1 retreat. I couldn't do the trapping stuff here. Like, if you had a 2 retreat guy down, Claydol, I can just go Inviting Trap and force that in anyway, right? Because I don't have to Sand Tomb immediately, I just have to Sand Tomb later, so you can't actually retreat. But, yeah, because your deck only plays like the 1 retreats and stuff, and you even blocked out the Azelf one in the end. So I was like, I could have tried to run you out of energy that way, but you locked it out before I even got there. So it was like, yeah, there really wasn't any other way that was gonna go down. Maybe I could have like brought up the Mewtwo the first turn if I really wanted to do it that way, but I already had every other piece in hand anyhow. So it was like there really wasn't a point in doing that. Oof, okay. Yeah, it's like I think the only thing you could have... It was. The only thing you could have done, I think, was put the Crobat up instead. That was the one thing I was concerned. It's like, okay, if you do that, that might be the only way you get out because you have 1 turn left, right? And I was just like, that's your last switch out, and I am 100% sure on that. So it's just make sure I get it on something that you can't do that to, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. I guess so. If I had gone Crobat, I had a way to get out, at least, but then I still don't have a way to get damage on you.
Yeah, and the fact if I just murdered the Luxray in 1 hit earlier on as well, so that you couldn't Poké Turn that back into hand was probably pretty good. It was like, yeah, from there, just what happens, right? What are you going to do with that?
Wow. The night maintenance off of the mill was pretty good too.
Yeah, that definitely hurt a bit. Killing Palkia was a really good idea in the end though, because I was trying to set up for it. I had another Premier Ball somewhere. It was in hand eventually, but it's like I was hoping to use the Premier Ball to get the Palkia so I could, you know, force the exchange I wanted, like force one of these Uxies in early and just go from there. But of course, getting the 1-shot on it from there was what you needed to do, so... Don't blame me on that. Just enough time left on the stuff though. But yeah, you've got like 4 turns, you've got 4 sprays, you've you can bounce with Restore. The Sand Tomb side of this doesn't work too well, but that's why I put Gliscor in here as well for it. It's like there's a sort of double meaning of it. You know, it's like Gliscor can also do trapping just by itself, but the Flygon is insidious that way as well, to be totally honest. That's why I wanted to try this. I'm not sure if this is the best like build for Flygon, but I will say this has got a better Bees matchup than Flygon Machamp does. So like that's more or less what put me on this one. It was like, if I'm going to be playing against like a B, and I don't know what Sai ended up bringing today, but we were looking at Gengar before. I think I'll have a look on the other side in a sec, because I don't know. Are we gonna do another game with somebody else on this one? Like, do we want to after that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not feeling great right now because
Yeah.
I think I kind of didn't help Pepper's mood. He was not having a good time today.
I see.
Deck was not working, and he was misplays being made against my deck that were quite punishing.
Right, okay, yeah, so the disconnect wasn't an accident, it was him wanting to leave
No.
early. Okay, that's fair enough.
His head wasn't in the game today.
That's fine, it happens. Yeah, and if you're not feeling great, I don't... As much as I would like to show this up, maybe we can... So what I was going to say, because unfortunately I don't think we're going to get to Arceus in time for the end before Pokemon Scarlet Violet comes out, because I think next Saturday I'm going to be away at a model railway show thing on the Saturday, so I won't be in next week, and then of course week after is fine, but 3 weeks from now is Scarlet Violet, so I don't think we're going to be playing that, so... I think we're only going to get one more thing in beforehand, but if you'd be okay with doing stuff on the Wednesday, I could maybe do like another addendum and we could actually like show some of the stuff here, because the stream's still not like the stream in the
There's
series.
so much to show.
And we still on stream, like, we played Beedrill midweek, but the midweek ones don't generally go on into the YouTube series because they are our testing grounds, right? We still haven't actually shown Beedrill, aka the world-winning deck, on, in one of these. So...
Well, Pepper tried it.
Yeah.
For some reason, it was being very slow.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Most of the time, I think it's actually kind of amazing, to be honest. I have played this list a lot, and it's been ridiculous. So bad draws do happen, but if you are okay with using like this Wednesday coming up to showcase the one or two other bits, then I mean I wouldn't even mind necessarily just running this matchup back with me playing this one instead, if that's what it ends up going in with. But
other than that, this worked great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the heavy queen line is pretty solid.
I was actually
against
using her as an attacker more often than you'd think.
Yeah, I can honestly believe it. Yeah, it's kind of funny though, Matt, that you bought Gallade stuff, because I'm going to bring over the other deck that I had here as well, and I wasn't just doing the pure SP thing, I went Gallade with Ampharos. Ampharos being able to shut down basically all of the opponent's abilities at that point. Anything with damage counters can't use their Poké Powers. So, yeah, of course, the fairly obvious synergy with the Gallade at that point for it there. It's just like you spread all those counters down, you get the Ampharos in, and they suddenly can't use all of their bench sitting powers. Really good against both decks that were brought on the other side of the table here, actually. Beedrill is still annoying, as we found at midweek, especially, drawer, blower bullshit was silly. This build was a lot better against that way, because as soon as you spread the damage counter to the Beedrill, it can't search. As soon as you spread it to the Claydol, they can't draw. If they've put down the Luxray, you spread a counter to it, it can't gust up one of your things. So the Gallade spread just does so much work for it, and you've still got Crobat. I put Raichu because Ampharos is lightning, right? So instead of Haunch Crow, I went with Raichu to do the spread stuff. One Colorless to do 10 to two of the opponent's bench, and one Lightning, one Colorless, so single energy plus the gain, 30 plus 10 for each of the opponent's bench that has a damage counter on it. So it does a lot for not a lot of energy. And
I was looking at that Raichu as well, but I was very torn. I mean, I was late. Because I was struggling to choose between this and playing Luxape.
Yeah.
And it was weird that like the Luxape list didn't have Raichu, which for me just seemed like it would make some sort of sense.
Yeah.
It's got the lightning energy. It's got the spread synergy.
Yeah.
Scrap that out.
I think because Luxape was played by Sai last week, the one that was on the archive. And yeah, we didn't do any bans last week, you probably read, but we didn't do any bans last week, partly because you hadn't seen anything off of it, and partly because at least one of the things, the deck I brought, Pepper didn't want to ban because I bought Regigigas last week, and he's like, I don't want to ban that, it's too cool. So you know, I was like, okay, sure, we can not ban stuff for that. I don't care, you know. I think the Infernape would have been a hit from here, but honestly, Blaziken's probably going to overtake it anyway. So it's like you could play this with Blaze instead, and it's definitely different. But you know, that's SP in a nutshell, though, right? You can kind of toolbox so many of them around. Like I couldn't fit in the actual physical Pokemon, but I really wanted to put the Roserade GL in this list that I have here. Because Roserade being able to trap the opponent in and poison them as well is just so good. And this deck only needs 1 colored energy at a time for any of its attacks, and you've got 8 basic energy searches with the Roseanne and the Cyrus. So putting in 1 grass energy, not a problem if you just want to do the snipe attack on Rose as well. It's a really good card, I just couldn't fit it in. And then yeah, the Beedrill stuff, that's the relatively standard list I think for it at this point, but it's goddamn effective. It's really, really cool. And yeah, Mother Gengar. Finally actually seeing the Gengar come out. But the funny thing is, one of the reasons I did play the Ampharos stuff is that when you KO Gengar, it doesn't get the Fainting Spell because it's a power, not a body, and it has damage counters on it when it dies. So you don't get to trigger Fainting Spell. So it's like, I was kind of hedging bets. The Ampharos deck is really good against like the 2 best decks down here, but it's really bad against the Flygon, because it just does nothing to the Flygon. I'll spread my list out here. With or without Machamp, it just does absolutely nothing to Flygon, because, you know, you saw yourself actually how kind of difficult it was to get Gallade to punch through. And yeah, it was even worse when you were playing Lightning types as your secondary attackers, because of the resistance that Flygon has. You know, Luxray doesn't look so good when it's only hitting 40.
I was about to say, that's neat that it has that.
Yeah, and Flygon has it and Garchomp doesn't. They distinguished them in the TCG, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Does Chomp have resistance or no?
No, it does not.
Huh.
It just has that busted power instead, so you know.
Yeah.
Good lord, we are definitely going to see Garchomp come up a fair bit, I think, because there's a lot of decks that enables, but even before DC, but yeah.
God knows I've been using one a lot recently. I've been doing the Masterclass singles. So, because they're actually challenging. So, I'm in the mood to do some. It's the Battle Tower for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It's the advanced Battle Tower.
Oh.
So the Pokemon in there are damn near competitively built, if not.
So one thing I was oh, go on.
Sorry.
Finish
I
up.
was explaining to Cal last week about the Apom that is specifically built to outspeed max speed Garchomp by 1 point, survive an outrage from it, fake out into dual chop always KOs on it. So it's just this one Ampapom is
okay.
designed.
I was gonna ask, like, is that a
wreck
Eviolite Apom or something?
Oh,
Like,
sorry, it's
I've not heard of that
Apom,
one.
But yeah, it's designed to outright bully Garchomp.
Let's say.
Yeah, there was one thing I was surprised not to see. Oh yeah, Dialga was the one bit. I guess did you just replace like was it Mewtwo just replace Dialga in here or something?
It was more Luxray, right? Because I was afraid,
okay.
I guess, mainly of like Nidoqueen, but I figured I can just like gust up Nidoqueen and one-shot it with Gallade without too much effort.
Yeah, it takes maybe a bit more than you would like because you can't stick damage beforehand. If you've got Lucario, it's not as much of a problem. You need like you still need 2 damage counters on it because you need to because aimed cut doesn't it'll only do 50, so it'd be at 110. You still need to stick a couple of damage counters on it, which Nidoqueen is specifically designed to prevent from happening. Yeah, Nidoqueen I do agree, because I had gone against a Gengar deck. Obviously, it does play the Queen, so you've kind of got to at least have some plan against it. You just need to, like, maybe needs a bit more stuff in hand than I would like to be able to do that without the Dialga. But yeah, I was just thinking on this, like, if Dialga wasn't really something I was worried about in this game, because if you put Dialga down, I was just going to extreme attack it, right? So,
Yeah,
but
that was kind of why I went away from it. So I actually didn't even know Gengar played Nidoqueen, so I was thinking of it just in Flygon deck. Thinking if they have Nidoqueen, they have Flygon, they just shoot the Dialga.
yeah.
Well, the idea is that it stops them from setting up KOs going into their turn.
Yeah, this makes you have like Nidoqueen makes you have a ton more to trigger faint, to like get past fainting spell. Like you can't just set it to 100 and then on your next turn Crobat Pain kill it, because Nidoqueen is going to drop it down, right? So it's that constant. It's that constant thing of you need a lot more resources to bypass that one fainting spell at that point. And you can't. As a lot of people have tried and obviously failed because of its wording, you can never power spray a fainting spell because you can only power spray on the opponent's turn. So there is no way that, and even Mesprit, because like Palkia Lock, you would think, oh, Mesprit does it, right? Nope, Mesprit blocks only on the opponent's turn as well. That's why I went to Ampharos instead of just doing like Palkia Dialga Lock or something, right? Because Ampharos is a permanent floodgate type thing, but everything else is like only on the opponent's turn, lol. So it doesn't necessarily work out for it. And yeah, like the Nidoqueen, as I said, just keeps it out of range of being like, I'm gonna ping once with a Crobat or something to take that cheeky KO. You've got to put a lot more work into it at that point. And, your deck can do it maybe twice, right? You could maybe get, like, an aimed Blade Storm into a couple of pings or something and, like, turn them up and do it again. But good luck, right? That's not going to happen that often.
One of the dirty things I found to do is these two together. Look at your opponent's hand, see how many trainer cards or item cards or whatever, and then if they don't have many, you can poltergeist them.
Yep. This is why, well, one of the many reasons why I didn't bring Gengar in the previous weeks. It's because it was already really good, but it gets a lot better when you introduce, like, Platinum introduces Looker for it. So, as I said, you just get to know when Poltergeist is good. And then Rising Rivals introduces the Nidoqueen, which phases out the Cresselia level X quite handily. And that's a lot easier to bring into play than Cresselia, I will admit. Because having to have it active, and then what are you going to do after that? You're going to, like, War Point it or something? Because you want to get back to a Gengar, right? In order to actually attack at that point.
Is it retreat cost 2?
Its retreat is 1, but because you've got a level up in the active, it's like, when are you getting it leveled up? If you'd normally have to retreat into it to level it up, right?
Right.
Retreat into it and then War Point it out.
Yeah, which is fine, but that's another resource that you have to have, whereas Nidoqueen, you can just keep, like, going from the bench and whatnot. You can even Luxury Ball for the Queen. Can't do that for Cresselia level X. So,
The Nidoqueen is just very, very strong.
And yeah, it's a really good attacker too. You see how many times the benches are completely full in this game. This thing's doing like 90 or 100 damage almost all the time. It's crazy.
For a relatively easy to charge attack as well.
Yeah. But in the end, I decided on the Gliscor thing because, like I said, it's much better into the Beedrill deck because you're not really trying to out-offense it at that point. Like, you can still hit pretty hard, but you're not really trying to just, like, directly compete and go, I have to KO you every turn for, like, free energy when you can just one-shot me straight back. Sand-tombing this thing is not the easiest, I guess if they play, like, a bunch of Claydol down, but usually there's a third Warp Point instead of the BTS in here, so they tend to have enough outs to stuff that way, and bees kill you very fast for very little energy, so that's hard to keep up with. It's not a good matchup in the slightest, unless you get lucky with the mills. Gliscor, on the other hand, suddenly turns all of that around, because now you're paralyzing their active with the stuff. And so rather than just sand tombing and milling them out when they can still fight back, as you saw, we go shoot poison, paralyze you, then bring ourselves out and switch into the Flygon that way. And so I still get the mill, but it's much harder for you to fight back because you're already paralyzed as well. So it makes it, there's a lot more targets that you can hit at that point as well. The catch is that you've got to get rid of all the stuff like Machamp, you can't play stuff like Weavile, there's probably other things, like I think SP is a worse matchup overall for it, despite what that showed. That was a lot closer than I would have liked, to be honest. But you just have so many potential outs to the stuff that way that it is quite difficult to lock you in, and like none of your stuff is high retreat, right? Except Bronzong, and you very intelligently did not place Bronzong down on the board like ever, so you know, whether it's just because you didn't draw it or more likely you saw that it was going to be terrible here, yeah. Also, Gliscor means you don't have to find Memory Berry as well, and that's unsearchable at the moment, so it's at least unsearchable by, you know, non-attacks and whatnot, so it's nice to actually be able to go, I can Permeable for this then, and it's fine. Get the stuff out there. And yeah, I played the second Permeable instead of the third BTS because I thought if this Flygon goes down at any point, like, because it can happen, you know, Poketurns, Warp Points and stuff will happen. If it goes down, I want to be able to recover it. And also, 3 different level ices in here, right? It's worth having an extra one, I think. So that's about it. I thought this would just do a little bit better overall into what was expected. Like, God forbid you actually put Nidoqueen down when I like, you know, Sand Tomb you, right? Because your Nidoqueen inadvertently is gonna keep you from dying ever. So, you know, have fun with that one. And yeah, it's pretty good. I wanted to use this Gliscor, but you beat me to it, right? So I had to wait until now to go, well, let's see what we could do with it now, right? Now that we've got Broken Time Space, now that we've got another partner to switch into for it that actually makes sense, it's like, let's see what we can do with it. And I'm still not super
I was gonna say, Gliscor is kind of insane on release, and it's even more so now. Like, with BTS, that's
yeah, like, I needed it initially. When I got the third one out, obviously I didn't, but it's like, I needed it initially to go in with. So, yeah, like, I arguably should have been playing 3 BTS, but I was like, well, any other evolution deck is going to want it down as well. They might not want to place it down, because we never got to see it, because you don't play a stadium. But Flygon Sandwall attack is actually amazing here as well. 40 damage for 2 energy, bump the opponent's stadium and get agility next turn. Sign me the hell up, that's really good, you know? So
that's kind of why I didn't play just standard, what's it called, SP box, I guess, because they tend to run Scum Tank and stadiums.
Yeah, like, this deck would really have loved Galactic HQ against my deck, I could imagine, but it's just like, where would you fit it in, and B, how do you get it in without getting sandwalled, you know? Because if I see that stadium down and I don't have one to bump it myself, I am probably just going to sandwall it, right? Because that makes it a lot harder for you to do anything the turn after. Yeah. That's mostly it, though. I think overall, this format is a hell of a lot of fun. I know, like, I think consistently, maybe Legends Awakened was a bit iffy because it was just like Kingdra the week, more or less. Although,
how much of that is our fault?
A little bit, because we did get rid of Leafeon, which would have solved both the Kingdra and the Gliscor matchup via Dawn Stadium. So maybe a little bit of our fault, but even so, it's like that. Like, Kingdra could still outpace it too. That's the other problem, because Eevee does not resist water and dies to 1 hit. So Ripperoni's on that. But yeah, it's like, other than that, even Stormfront, which, like, Gengar ended up being just about the 100% best deck in that format, there were still plenty of things that you could play around it. As we saw, we didn't play Gengar at all, and I had literally a dozen ideas in that one that all worked pretty well. So, like, that was really cool. Platinum introducing the SP stuff, I wasn't sure at first, but Weavile Honchkrow was amazing fun to play, and that was great. And then last round, yeah, I've done everything from like straight up full on aggro with like Weavile stuff to a control based thing like today, which is not my forte, by the way, as you could probably tell in my gameplay. This is not the usual deck I would play. And yeah, even going a bit more mid-rangey with like Regigigas healing and stuff as well. It's just like this format allows for basically everything that you could want. And yeah, there's very rare and
I
it's
will
easy
say
to...
on paper, I do not like this Gengar. I think it's very overtuned.
I still don't like it either. That is what led me to build that Starmie deck in the first place, is like as another way of getting around this thing. So I will say, yeah, it's a little bit, like a lot annoying, and it's gonna get kind of worse with Spiritomb and stuff later on, right? But still, it's a bit of an outlier, but it also didn't like top the best like the biggest tournament, right? So you know, you could take it as you will. Like, it's a very good deck, but it got beaten by bees, and like, when do you ever get to say that Beedrill is a good Pokemon? Let's just be honest.
I sort of went undefeated against bees today, which is weird.
Yeah.
So it's like 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, any deck that can't just immediately bypass it is like, yeah, Fainting Spell can turn the matchup from bad to playable, right? Yeah, DNA's like, overtuned, yeah, it's fair. So I have a similar opinion, and if opinion is if it didn't have Fainting Spell, it would be fine. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would still be good without Fainting Spell.
Yep. And, yeah, it's like Feigning Spell turns some matchups from like, oh, we could play against this, into it's impossible. Yeah, if you put this against Regigigas, Regigigas does not really have an answer against Gengar, admittedly. Like, not only does it resist colors, so you can't even do like cheese ball stuff with it that way, it's like, Fainting Spell, just if you Fainting Spell flip heads on a Regigigas knockout, then what do you even do? Because that Gigas is never supposed to die, right? It's supposed to just stay there and be like, I have 150 HP and I can sacrifice to heal myself. What are you going to do about it? Fainting Spell just laughs at it. So, yeah, there are some matchups where it is really, really bad, but I don't know. I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff with it here though. Even looking at like this is similar, but I haven't played a deck exactly like this one. I played the Honchkrow before. I played Bagaliad, as you saw above, and yeah, there's some really fun stuff with it in here. That Mewtwo could be absolutely devastating against an SP only game. So, you know. But it's fun that there are sort of bits like that you do. That's why most SP decks actually need to play the Dialga, is because otherwise, what do you do against an opposing Mewtwo, right?
Speaking of, I'm surprised Palkia Lock didn't show up.
Palkia gets killed by the sheer presence of Luxray, right? Palkia was the best deck in Platinum, arguably. I couldn't build a good version of it that I liked, but if you actually built a good one, it was like best deck in that format. But it literally just dies in one hit to Luxray, and so many decks play Luxray that it's just not viable at that point. It takes too many energy to do its actual attack at that stage. Pearl Breath is still really strong, but like, good luck getting 2 energy and a gain on something and not have it die immediately, right? They're just, like, that's why I played the Regigigas in the end, because it doesn't die to one Luxray. But, yeah, that's my summation on the format anyway. Like I say, well, maybe on midweek stuff, since I won't be able to play next week regardless, we can show off the Beedrill and stuff on the Wednesday thing, and then that can be like the supplement to this, because it feels wrong to not show the world's winning deck within the 2 episodes we've done of this, right? It just like, when it was one that got played as well, it just feels wrong to not show it. So
yeah, again, help what happened there.
I understand that. I mean, hey, I'm fine enough just running the matchup myself off of it, and we can see like, I'm fine playing bees. I've been playing bees half the week anyway, so or like the last two, because yeah, it's hard not to play the deck that won the whole thing, right? And not like at least try it out and see what it's like. This bees list was beating Luxray and Fername stuff as well. It was absolutely ridiculous. It's like the fire deck losing to Beedrill. How does that even happen?
Cheap attacks for big damage.
Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on it. So I guess in 2 weeks' time we'll be heading into Supreme Victors then, and that'll be interesting. See what we can make out of that set. There is no rotation this time round either, though. Diamond Pearl On stayed for some reason. I don't know why. Like, you would have expected Majestic Dawn On would be the format here, but nope, they stuck with it. So we have all of the same, like, I guess, base trainers. A lot of the trainers that we would have used have been reprinted in this next set anyway, but or like within this format, so it's maybe not.
Means we have more variety at least.
Yeah, and if you really still wanted to play that limited Dust Noir, you could. It is still legal to play around, so yeah. I don't know. I've liked this though. I think overall this format has been definitely one of the best. For like across all four, it's been one of the best that we have played. Like, maybe some of it has been marred by like the actual draft side of it as well, but even then, 2004, 2005, we were still able to do like competitive decks for. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was marred the entire time. I think this one has just been consistently the most fun year that I've experienced in this so far. I don't know if you feel
we probably
the same,
wouldn't have been able to play half of this with actual tools.
Not even close, yeah. Yeah, it would have been like Weavile Honchkrow, because Honchkrow was a common. Don't know why it was a common, but it was. This Raichu was a rare, yeah, so it could. Oh, no. Yeah, no, 31, it's a rare, yeah, so it's like. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like you're saying, we wouldn't have been able to play nearly as much of this if we were still doing the draft side. And I think, yeah, it was always going to happen, right? I was waiting to see how like a Pokemon draft would go. Because you always see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression stuff. You never see anything for Pokemon, and, well, maybe that's why. Because, in the end, it gets a little bit too clunky if somebody actually pulls competitive and the other person doesn't. It's just like, what do I do now, you know? We even mitigated that with trading too. That's not something Progression Series would usually have. So we tried our best, and I don't know, this has been so much nicer though, and it's just cool. Get to see all sorts of fun stuff come out, like Gallade, and bees, like, again, Gyarados, yes, yeah, Gyarados is another
even
really
more
cool
cracked format than would have been possible for most players.
Yeah, because TSD would not have been thingy for it. Yeah, so it's been really cool. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens in the next one, because as DNA's been saying in the chat here, Supreme Victus is a funky set here. It's like, yeah, you immediately go Blaziken, you go Garchomp, but there's Rayquaza in there, there's VS Seeker is coming back, Shedinja apparently is pretty funny, Chatot-G has been amazing from what I've seen, Cyrus's Initiative is available there, there's a Baltoy that you can play, because it's Psychic, it doesn't get hit by Miasma Valley, so if you play that sort of thing you could do there.
That means we still have our Claydol, right?
Yeah, we do still have Claydol. Great Encounters is not rotating. It's just now there's a Psychic Baltoy in the next set that we could play as well.
I was actually looking at Psychic Baltoy for the Gengar deck, just in case, hey, do I ever want to actually attack?
Yeah. Yeah, in the next set you'd be able to do that. Yeah, because not that Gengar would play that card, but Miasma Valley is a stadium that we just haven't really explored that much yet. In the sense that, yeah, any non-Psychic and Grass basic that gets benched puts 2 damage counters on it. So if you just play the normal Baltoy we have so far, then every time you bench that after Valley is in play, 2 damage counters. But Supreme Victors introduces...
Not great.
No, it's not. Especially not when you see stuff like, I mean,
Valid.
yeah, and this is where the Ampharos could kind of come in as well at that point. Maybe then you actually could like play Claydol in there as well, of going, well, now Miasma Valley kind of does the thing for it. So yeah. Anyway, that is talk for another time. I'm not going to merge those things together for it. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have in the end. Sorry, it seemed like it didn't go very well with Pepper today, but
Is what it is. I am
yeah.
playing Gengar, and
yeah, I mean that is the unfortunate bit. Sometimes it does just happen like that, but yeah. These last two have only been like single game things, but all of them have been like, both of those games have been well over an hour in the end. So it is what it is.
we played for about an hour in our games. So
that's fair, yeah. Yeah, and rest in peace, Gliscor. This thing is not getting seen again, I don't think. But hey, we got two good rounds out of it, and I at least got to do the thing with it I was hoping to do the entire time. Matt beat me to it, but that's what the world's format is for. Right. So, yeah. See you guys next time.